Can I ask your name?
My name is Dirk Müller-Thederan. I'm a freelance journalist working for Die Welt and Dow Jones Newswires.
Thanks. Did you learn anything new from the press statement that you heard from the scientists today?
Yes, I did. I mean, they put forward their concerns, which I think should be taken seriously. But that's my personal opinion. Yeah. And I mean, it's very, very, very scientific, so it's not easy to understand it at first glance. But I think they have solid concerns. Yes.
And what are those key concerns that stand out for you?
Well, my concern, and obviously their concern, is when you look at the debate on prices going up, on food demand, more demand of food, then the legislation which is on the table could jeopardize food production. So that's one of the concerns. And of course, another concern is if those pesticides were to go, then resistance. I'm not a scientist. I'm putting it in a journalistic. Then resistances might get bigger and more, and which could be bad for farmers.
And you're just thinking about the European farmers?
Well, at first, yes. Well, I mean, this legislation applies to the European Union, and so it does apply to European farmers. From a competitive point of view, I think those farmers may get under pressure due to the fact that in other areas of the world, like let's take South America or America, they have different legislation which may not be as strict. Yeah. And so they'll come under pressure. And another concern, I think, yes, we should take that into account, is we might be forced to rely on food imports, which may not be very good too.
Yeah. What do you think, as a journalist, is driving the public debate on pesticides?
Well, the producers of pesticides, I think, have made various mistakes for many years. They just didn't come forward with answers. They didn't take concerns of people seriously. It's not an easy answer. It's not black and white. I think you can't say chemicals are all bad and biologic is all good. On the other hand, people or the normal man on the street, at first he thinks, "Oh, chemical, I don't want that." But maybe if he thinks about it, that he needs chemicals to a certain degree. It's a different picture. On the other hand, the industry they should have been more open, more transparent. They should have explained more to the public what they're doing, why they're doing it, and not hide in their shelters. And then now all of a sudden, oh God, they're coming with a new big legislation which is going to kill our profit. I mean, stupid them.
Yeah. But on the other hand, then the NGOs have been very emotional about their messages. Have they been? Do you think they've been balanced in the way that they presented it?
I think one of the main problems about this legislation is the fact that it's very, very emotional, and it's very much based on ideology. So if I listen to the Greens, which in the Parliament, for example, and I think they do have good arguments as well on their side, but they are very emotional, and maybe the two sides should get together, sit and get into a constructive dialogue. I mean, I sound like a politician.
Would you be happy to chair that one?
I'm not. I don't want to be in the front line of the two and being shelled by both sides. But no, I seriously, I think the industry should take those concerns by environmental groups, by NGOs seriously, and not just wipe them away like a fly. And
that's how you feel that they're doing it. They're just kind of.
Well, I think there is some changes coming out. This is how they did it in the beginning. Maybe they didn't even take it seriously enough, and they thought they could, with a little bit of lobbying and this legislation is going to go away. And now they're realizing, oops, the Parliament has even got, they have even enforced or gone further than what the Commission has had proposed. And now the industries or the manufacturers realize, oops, this is bad news. So now they are entering into a dialogue. And I want to add that the other side, those NGOs being very emotional, should also enter into a constructive dialogue.
Yeah. Because I don't think frightening the general public. I mean, like the pesticides in wine, I think was an excellent example of drama.
Yeah, but there you can see. I mean, this study was not very well founded. I mean, the outcome was that those pesticides found in wine was so low that you had to drink 200 liters and to actually meet the threshold. Nevertheless, this study made it to a headline in the Bild Zeitung in Germany. So people actually read, "Don't drink this wine," and there you can see it is very easy for NGOs and Greenpeace, for example, to come forward with such a study, whereas the other side is in a defense. But I must add, I mean, it's to a certain degree their own fault of the industry. They should have been much more transparent in the first place.
You're a journalist, but you're also a consumer. Do you feel the food that you eat in Europe is safe?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I personally try to buy as many biological food products as possible.
That's organic, yeah.
Sorry, organic, yes, in Germany. Organic food as possible. But also the other food, I don't think it's not dangerous. On the other hand, one needs to be cautious. It's not. I wouldn't buy it all and just believe whatever the industry tells me. But I do rely upon proper legislation and that they don't try to kill me with their products.
And do you think farmers are doing a good job in the way that they apply the pesticides? Or do you know anything about it?
I know very little about it. I would assume that it's in no farmer's interest to kill his buyers or the consumers. On the other hand, I mean, as usual, there's some black sheeps, and they try to make as much profit and as much business as they can, and they don't give a flying toss about what they're using. I'm not saying all of them or many of them, but well, yeah, you need to be cautious, and I think it's very good that find products and analyze whether the thresholds, whether the pesticides or the residues are below the thresholds,
yeah.
And that is important. So I wouldn't just rely upon what the industry tells me.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. That's been great.
Good.
Wonderful. Thank you.